Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. In this particular session, we will be discuss about SQL foreign key constraint. So guys, SQL foreign key constraint is a very important constraint from the SQL server, and this is for maintaining referential integrity and establishing the relationship between two or more tables in the relational database. So guys, before watching this particular video, I will recommend to watch the previous video where we have discussed about SQL primary key constraint or composite key constraint. Okay, and for this particular session we will be discuss everything about the foreign key constraint. So guys, now let's understand in a very layman way what is the foreign key constraint. Okay, so if you are going to build a relationship between two or more tables, right, so we required a foreign key constraint. Okay, so I am giving you a couple of examples so you can easily understand why we are defining the foreign key constraint and why it is necessary. And once you understood, then I will give you the example in MySQL how we can implement the same. So this is the very first example. Let's say imagine you have a two list, right? In the list A, so a student and their favorite teachers, right? In the database we have. And I have the list B where all teachers in the school. Okay, so what foreign key does here? So you cannot write a teacher's name in the list, right? Unless that teacher actually exists in the list B first. Okay, so for an example, you cannot write the teacher's name, right, of your favorite teacher name if the teacher name is not available in the list. Okay, I hope you understood. So there are three simple rules you can apply. The foreign key always point the main ID in the another table. Example, let's say student favorite teacher must point to an actual teacher's ID. Okay, similarly, you can leave it blank. Let's say in the foreign key constraint, if you are not aware about any particular teacher, right, so you can leave it blank as well, or maybe null as well. So for an example, a student has not picked up favorite teacher yet. Okay, similarly, multiple student can pick a same teacher. For an example, multiple people can pick the same thing. Okay, so many student can have the same favorite teachers, right? Now the third point is multiple connection. So example, let's say one table can have many foreign key. So you remember in the last session I told you on a single table we can define only one primary key, but whereas in the single table, right, we can define the multiple foreign key as well if needed. Example, let's say a student can have the favorite teachers, favorite subject, and the favorite sports, so all pointing to a different tables. Now these are the examples. Let's say these are the industrial example. So very first example, I have company employment system. Let's say I have a department table. Okay, I can have the department HR, IT, and marketing. Okay, this is my parent table, and the child table I have the employee. Right, now focus on this particular rule. Okay, so you cannot hire someone into a department that does not exist. Okay, or similarly, for an example, let's say I have a three department: HR department, IT department, and marketing department. Okay, what if I am going to hire a person, I am going to assign the department finance, right, which is not possible because in my parent table I have only three department. So any employee I will be add in the employee table, that employee should be the part of any of these department. Okay, the employee can be a part of HR, IT, or marketing, but that employee cannot the part of finance because it is not available in the department table. Okay, so foreign key, every employee's department ID must match a real department. So you understood, right, what is the meaning of foreign key? Okay, similarly, another example of online shopping system. So I have a customer table and the child table is orders. So similarly, you cannot place an order without being a registered customer. Okay, so first of all, you need to keep the information of a customer in the parent table. Only those customer can make a order. Okay, so similarly here, every order's customer ID must belong to the existing customer. Interesting. And the last example of hospital management, I have a table doctors as a parent table. I have an appointment table from the child. So the rule is very simple. You cannot book an appointment with the doctor who does not work there. Okay, so all the information of doctors should be available in the parent table. Only those doctor I can book an my appointment. Okay, so every appointment's doctor ID must reference a valid doctor. Okay, now this is a very simple table I have created in order to understand the primary and foreign key constraint in a easy manner. So guys, you can see here on the department info, I have set primary key as a department ID. Similarly, I have created another table which is employee info, where I have employee ID, okay, employee name, employee DOB, employee city, and department ID. The department ID is a primary key in the department info, and in the employee info table, I have a department ID as a foreign key. So a foreign key is pointing, right, to a primary key of another table. Okay, so only these department ID can be populated here. I cannot define any other department ID which is not available in the department info. You got my point? Let's take an example. So here, as I just mentioned, these are the department and department location, and these are the employee ID, first name, employee city, and the department ID. So I have 4 department, and these 4 department ID I have defined. So now, can I define here the 105, right? This is invalid, right? This is invalid because I have a city which is Pune, that's fine. And the employee name is Ashish, but who is working in 105 department? But we do not have any information in the parent table. Okay, so this is the primary key column in the department table, but we do not have any department where the ID is 105. So this is the invalid record. Okay, so I can capture only those department available here. For an example, let's say if I want to keep 105, so that particular department I need to add here. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's discuss how we can implement the primary and foreign key constraint. Okay, I will be give you the example with the help of entity relationship diagram as well. All right. So guys, I have selected the explore is the database. So first of all, I am going to create a department table. So create table department, and here I want department ID which is int and primary key, and here I want department name varchar and 100 up to 100 character, and now I need a department location as a varchar, and let's say again 100 character I can define. So this is the parent table I have created. Similarly, I am going to create another table which is child table, okay, where I will be establish foreign key constraint. So here I can say that this is department ID which is int. Okay, now I am saying this is the foreign key constraint. Which is the foreign key constraint? This is department is the foreign key constraint which is referencing, okay, department table. In the department table, what will be the column? Primary key column, depth ID. Okay, so remember one thing, if it is not a primary key column, right, then you cannot references, okay, this department ID as a foreign key constraint. Okay, this thing also you need to keep in mind. Now let me execute this. So once I will be refresh this, okay, so you will notice I have created the 2 tables. Okay, so on the explore database, you can click on the database here and click on reverse engineer. You can press Ctrl R or Command R. Now just click on continue. Okay, and here I am working in explore DB, and here I have only 2 tables executed, right? So now you can see here, okay, you can see in the orange color. So here in the employee table, right, department ID, right, which is coming in pink. Okay, so this is my foreign key constraint which is pointing out to primary key column in a department table. Okay, so this kind of relationship we can build. So right now I have created only the 2 tables. Okay, but in future I will be give the example where I will be created 5 to 7 tables and how we can create the relationship between those tables. All right. Now I want to insert the data. Okay, so guys, these are the records I want to insert in the department table and into the employee table. So you can see here I have a HR department, finance department, IT department, and marketing department in the department table. Okay, so we have inserted the data. So as I just mentioned, let me show you the records from the department table first. So here you can see HR, IT, finance, and marketing. Only these department I can define in the employee table. So here we go. Okay. Now let me show you the information from the employee table as well. So select star from employee. So now you can see here, these are the employee table and these are the department ID, right? Now, what if when I'm going to insert the information in the employee table, okay, for a different department. So for an example, let's say I'm going to insert the information of Rahul, but the department is 105. So as I just mentioned in the Excel examples, so you cannot insert this particular record because in the parent table name is department. In the department table, we do not have any ID of the department, okay, which is 105. So this is invalid here. Now your foreign key constraint will catch you. Okay, so we cannot insert this record because we do not have any department whose ID 105. Let me execute it. So you can see here. Okay, once I copy the response, now let me paste here. Right, so we cannot update or add a child row. Okay, a foreign key constraint fails in this database and the table name is employee and this is the foreign key constraint on the department. All right, so guys, this thing you need to keep in mind. Okay, now as I just display the information from the employee, okay, and let me show you the information once again from the department as well. Now you tell me, can I delete a department IT? So let's say delete from department where their department ID is 102. Is it possible? Can I delete this? No, I cannot delete this at this moment. Why? Because against the IT department, right? Who is associated? Eric and Lucy and the John is also associated, right? They are from IT department. So what if when I will be delete this? No, it is not possible because 102 department, which is IT, is associated with different employee in the employee table. Look at this. You cannot update or delete. Foreign key constraint fail. Okay. So guys, again, we cannot delete this department because this department is associated with the child table employee. Okay. So you cannot delete or update a parent row and your foreign key constraint will be failed. Okay. But what if I want to delete this? So guys, it doesn't mean we cannot delete this. Okay. So if you want to update or delete the record from the parent table, try to understand what I'm saying. I am saying here, if you want to update or delete the records, okay, from the parent table, then we need to follow the cascade approach. Okay, cascade approach in MySQL. You got my point? What I'm trying to say here, we need to follow the cascade approach in the MySQL. Okay, so we will be discuss in detail about the cascade in the next session. Okay, now let's discuss what is the benefit of foreign key constraint. So guys, the benefit of the foreign key constraint, right? So let me write here benefit of FK. Okay, so the very first benefit is data integrity. When you are going to define the foreign key constraint, okay, so foreign key ensure that value in the child table match the valid entry in the parent table. Okay, so it will be preventing invalid record in the child table. Okay, the second benefit is referential consistency. Okay, so it will automatically maintain the relationship between table even when the data is updated are deleted. And the third, of course, which is error prevention. Okay, so that's how we can maintain the error prevention. And of course, easier maintenance can help us to design a organized database. Okay, and we can define the clear relationship, okay, in between the tables for future reference as well. Okay guys, so guys, I hope you understood what is the importance of foreign key constraint and how we can define the foreign key constraint. All right, so as I just mentioned, in the next session we will be discuss about how we can implement the cascade in the foreign key tables. All right, and for now, thanks for watching and have a great day.